This is going to inevitably just dissolve in a cacophony of people talking to each other, having separate conversations.
Test. Kind of. Maybe it's the headphones.
That's going to be the cold open. Just him going test.
Unless, or maybe it's my ears. I don't know.
You just have tinnitus.
From this morning, you've just gone deaf.
I was like, everybody can hear a sharp, high ringing, right?
We all smell toast, right?
Please don't have a stroke.
Oh, that would be the best episode
ever. Cut, and I'm like on the floor, like, leave it running! Leave it running!
This is gold!
Are we starting the movie yet? Is that what this is?
Eric has a stroke. Awesome. Beautiful. Gold.
Oh, man.
You just snapped at
Say
Sean
some more of
like
your favorite
he's
elements.
in a sound booth.
That's what we do here.
Your setup is so much nicer than ours.
Just doing motion.
We just have an audio interface. Your setup is so much nicer than ours.
Well, thanks.
You're so
like you guys have.
I didn't buy this for podcasting. If that.
By the way, I also
You mean the house?
I was going to say I really like your music as well, and I'm
thanks.
not entirely convinced you're not the lead singer from Real Big Fish.
Oh, wow.
Also physically, mostly physically.
Yeah, I've gotten that.
Sean is gonna suck your dick.
God, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Let it run. Keep it running.
This is all.
Keep the mic going.
Right. Sean's sucking Andrew's dick. Eric's having a stroke at the corner.
Hey, that's an interesting act. What do you call yourselves?
The Aristocrat.
There we
no.
go.
Oh, yeah, everybody. Welcome to the Meeting Lunch Break, bringing you all of your comic, geek, and movie news all in the time it takes to eat a good sandwich and have a shot and a beer. My name is Chris Treble. Alongside me, as always, is my co-host, Andrew Dunn. Say hello, Andrew.
Do I also have to suck Sean's dick?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
And
you gotta
hey,
be a nice date.
I mean, not to be greedy, but if you're down there already.
Fine. Who else?
Say hello, Eric.
Hey!
Say hello, Sean.
Hey.
Say hello, Summer.
Heyo.
We got the Not Movies podcast crew in here.
You sure do.
And really, I should specify, by in here, I mean, we are in there.
Yeah, they actually have us. Yeah.
They did not come to
Welcome.
your kitchen. Yeah, so this is for, and I think I said this to Andrew, this begs an interesting question that if Eric is here recording, who is listening to this?
Yeah, that's why we don't record live. That is the only reason.
It is devoid. We are now devoid of all listeners.
Well, since you brought me up, I'm just going to stick my pretty little nose in here. For anybody listening, I have been mentioned on episodes before of your guys' podcast. I
don't think that's true.
I am. No, I have. I am the friend Eric
a recurring
that
theme.
calls it.
Calls in.
That calls it to the show.
Like where Larry came live. Toulouse Falls, you're on.
Saskatchewan, you're on.
Is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
that
thank you
Eric
for
that
your
you've heard about
contribution.
before. Yeah.
You just had to work that in there.
Oh, man.
Just had to.
I did. I'm sorry. You guys keep going.
How do we know when to talk? I only just start talking when he gets in the middle of a sentence, but I don't know.
We have
We
never
can either go counterclockwise or clockwise if you want to have
Also,
a system.
I don't know what either of those mean.
Or we can get like a talking gourd if you want to like pass, have something
Pass
to
it?
pass.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we want to? I think we're talking about bringing up news.
Yeah.
You wanna-
Well, before that, why don't we give these guys a chance to talk about their podcast. Why don't we not be selfish for once, Andrew, and talk about their podcast and let the 4 other people that listen to this know what Not Movies is.
I'll allow it this one time.
Not Movies are? Not Movies is.
Yeah.
Is?
Both.
Not movies B.
Not Movies be.
Summer, how would you describe not movies in 10 words or less?
Oh, you're gonna have me be the spokesperson for this?
That was
Not
like
gonna
poor
happen.
choice,
Yeah, that's
Sean.
it.
You're
That's it. It's over.
We sit in this room and talk on these specific microphones, and we come up with a story each week.
Yeah.
It will never be made into a movie, even though we really secretly love them too.
Yeah. I gotta say, I've become a huge fan of Not Movies,
Oh,
and
we
it's
have
actually
one.
great to listen to because I will start by listening and going along with whatever storyline, and at some point it eventually like diverges, and I'm like, oh, that's it. But then I think it's a great podcast for anyone who writes because it just gets the like.
It's like writing.
It gets the
prompts.
wheels of motion. Yeah.
Almost
It gets
that
you
you can-
creatively thinking, which is really
inevitably we'll get to a decision where we can go one of two ways.
Yeah.
And you as the listener may go a different way than us.
Yeah.
And that way
Entirely.
maybe turning off the podcast. Our last one, like Air Bud Reborn, we got into an argument over whether he should join the Olympics first or join the Air Force first. And it sounds like a whatever, like, disagreement, but to listen to us on it, I'm like, no, you idiot. Clearly, the arc of a story is supposed to go ba-ba, not ba-ba, and then...
But I think we were disagreed with what was a ba and what was a ba.
Exactly.
Well, I was going to say, anyone listening to that just heard the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I have not. We've been doing this for like over a year, and I have not learned yet that people can't see my hand when I make.
Well, that's because no one's written in and told us. So
That's
far.
true. But yeah, so we at Not Movies, we try to come up with weird, unique movies, stories that would never probably get made or funded.
But you know what? I keep watching movies and saying, why can't our movies be movies?
There's no reason. There you have
Because we just watched Lavalantula, and that was like an actual thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
With
That was
Steve
pretty
Guttenberg.
great.
Sharknado 5 is coming out soon.
Oh.
It's going to be called It's something about the election, like Make America Scared Again.
Oh, of course it is. Isn't it?
By the way, Sharknado, I'm already there. I've been scared.
We don't need sharks for that.
Oh yeah.
Or tornadoes, or sharknadoes.
Yeah, there are definitely a couple episodes where I've listened to and I'm like, oh, this is 100% a real idea. Like,
Oh, thank you.
yeah. Are there? All right, go 1, 2, 3. Like, is there a favorite one? If you were going to direct someone to listen to a specific episode.
Shit.
I think you guys have done this. I've tried to do this on the show before. Where you
Yeah, I came up with
And
the
you,
idea to do
Eric-
that, and it was a terrible idea.
Yeah, and
'cause I was
Eric
like,
narrowed
let's
it
go through
down.
all of them.
Eric
Well,
narrowed
try
it down to
it.
like
Oh, for the
30.
Oscars.
Just narrow down one.
One that's
Just
like off
one-
the top of your head is like,
one of
oh,
the-
we hit gold on that.
Yeah, one is like where this is one of the best 10.
Well, I think
You don't have to list the
I
best
think
10.
the one that is the most legit, like a movie, is The Ledge, which is about
the horror movie with the...
Yeah, the kid that like he's gonna commit suicide, and then he
Also one of the least funny episodes.
It's a
It
great,
is.
great
Yeah,
one
it
to
is.
start with.
But
it is.
atypical
Yeah.
of us, but
Yeah,
a
but it's a
valid-
straightforward...
yeah.
If you're looking for like, oh, I want to hear kind of an interesting story, I think that one's pretty good.
What about Sean?
I think Frank turned out well.
Mm-hmm.
It was a killer goldfish.
Yeah.
And I also think Not Movies the Not Movie and Not Movies the Not Movie
I-
2 would be a
I
good
actually
introduction to our
love Not
podcast
Movies
as well.
2.
Yeah,
You
Not
guys know,
Movies.
somebody always, I forget
It's
which
me.
one it's you, right?
Yeah.
It's always like, Not Movies 2 is like, all right. I actually love Not Movies 2.
I think
I think I might
Not
love it more
Tubies?
than the original.
No. I think it. Look, I think they're all gold, but for me, it's like Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. You know, I enjoy Ghostbusters 2, but I think Not Movies the Not Movie is one of my favorites.
Right.
Yeah, but the newest Ghostbusters was the best one, right?
I support female-led vehicles. So yeah.
Summer, do you have one, or do you usually like nod off 15 minutes in?
Oh yeah, I check out real quick. I don't prepare at all.
I really do.
You're an astute listener. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You can say, if you listen carefully, about 14 minutes in, you can hear the door open, and then about 50 minutes in, you hear her just quietly come back for the goodbyes.
See, if you're a really good listener, you can hear
when
the
she
car
needs to
start.
sort out the mess that we've come up with as
Yeah.
a plot, and we're like, okay, Summer, we can't
What
come
the
to an
hell did we?
agreement.
Right.
What have we
What
been
do we-
talking about for 20 minutes?
I'm very partial to, I think it's called Cow Baby. It was one of the more recent
Oh,
ones.
that was
I
Oh
really
yeah,
liked
that was a
that
fun
one.
one.
Yeah.
I did like Cow
Do you
Baby.
have any other?
Not really.
favorites?
No.
Okay.
It's like Sophie's Choice. You can't ever pick just one.
Yeah, that's it. Totally.
Because you care so much about all of them.
I could probably tell you like titles of 5 of them, and that's about it.
That's be a fun game.
Yeah.
Titles
Yeah,
of-
go ahead.
Well, let's see,
Can
we
you
did
name
Frank
5 of the
and-
movies you've written?
Frank and Not Movies. And
Those don't count.
Oh.
We're gonna
Sure,
family
the ones
feud
we've
buzz
already
I'm gonna
you
do
because
real bad then.
Why don't
you
we
can't repeat an answer?
Why don't we
You're
come
real.
back
There was a
to it?
Monsters Under the Bed one.
Yes.
It was called
Monsters
Monsters Are Real.
That's
Okay,
actually
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you.
That's one of
I
Chris's.
like that
Chris
one.
talks
I
about
I
it a
enjoyed
lot.
that one.
That
That
one
was
is
your
fun.
slasher one. You wanted to do a slasher one, and that was that, right? Or no?
I don't know. Was it?
I don't remember.
I
I
thought
remember in the beginning.
wasn't. I thought
No,
the
there was
ledge
something
was
else.
the slash.
Yeah.
Ledge was
thriller
more of a
kind of.
thriller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the earlier ones. I feel like better than like the
Than the-
mess of the middle to the end.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
I love Monsters Are Real. I love Hail Mary Pitch.
Oh, that was a fun
The Charlie Day
that was
one
a
where
thing.
he's a screenwriter.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
fantastic one.
Thank you.
Man,
we really came in here and just like it was like, oh, you got news? We're the news. Talk about us. So I don't want to like blow up your guys' spot.
Yeah,
I've said that like 5 times today, and I've never said that before. Blow up your spot.
You're really making up for lost time on that one.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, really. So sorry. I know. I don't. We really fucked up your guys' intro.
No. This is. I mean,
This is the plan.
there is no intro.
Listen, yeah, there's not a lot of work that goes into this.
Okay. All right.
We wing it literally every time.
Already we're fucking up
You've
the
already
dynamic.
got pages written in that book, though.
I
Yeah.
do. It's
yeah.
mostly.
Yeah, we're not going to get to that.
Okay.
I mean, it's mostly in Esperanto. I can't.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly just him writing to himself, Chris, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yep. Yeah. So should we do some news?
Yeah.
All right. We got some news. I got. I usually give Andrew this choice, but since you are our guest.
Yes.
You are the only person who is happier than Eric right now is me.
Not having to choose.
Yes, I'll choose. I'll gladly choose.
Eric, I have DC. I have news about pretty much everything, but I have DC news. I have Marvel news. The choice is yours. What would you like to start with?
Nintendo.
I don't have any Nintendo news. Would you like to choose again?
Try again.
I'm pretty sure he gave you 2 clear options.
Yeah, that was a pretty forced choice.
This is a medium.
No, it isn't.
It's a trick. It's a trap, is what it is.
See, Eric knows.
Is it?
Yes, it always
Star
is.
Trek.
That's a good one. That's a good guess.
Because I know what.
Oh, I do have some Star Trek news. Yeah, let's do some Star Trek news.
Oh my god!
You'll never get it, Andrew.
Oh my god!
It's the whim of a madman. I'm telling you.
What's the game here?
So
Do we
the
guess
game
the
here is
news?
Treble always.
I'm gonna murder you in your sleep.
Treble always is like, I've got like DC, I got Marvel, and then he forces Andrew to pick, and Andrew picks, and then he's like, too bad, we're talking about Harry Potter, and so it never
Or whatever else.
Yeah.
Whatever he chooses.
Yeah.
This has been
thing
happening
just
for like
happened. I get
6
it.
months.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who to kill first, Chris or Eric.
We can do some Star Trek news. Would you like
let's
some?
do Star Trek.
Sure. This is actually great because it actually,
My heart.
like literally before we left to come here. This just came in this morning. There's a rumor going around that Nicholas Meyer, who's famous for writing all of the best Star Trek movies, so Wrath of Khan, The Voyage Home, The Undiscovered Country. He's also involved in the new Star Trek series, Star Trek Discovery, that's been in some sort of weird production hell for the past year and a half or something. There's a rumor that he may be writing a new Star Trek movie. So he was just doing an interview, and somebody asked them, TrekMovie.com asked, what have you been up to? And he said, one thing that has nothing to do with Discovery is that I am working on another Star Trek project, but I can't discuss that either. So he didn't divulge if it was a movie. It might be a video game. It might just be a documentary, but it's definitely not to do with Discovery. So he is working on something else Star Trek related. I guess the question is really, what do you think? Do you think it could be another movie?
It's interesting because, well, my thing about Star Trek is, no, Summer, are you a Star Trek Trekkie?
Nope.
No?
I know Anton Yelchin was in the new ones,
Oh.
and that's all I know, and now he's not alive.
And let me tell
Way
you,
to bring down the mood.
I know, I'm sorry.
I loved him.
He was
in
real
this.
good.
He was.
I like him
Great choice.
independent of those.
I really want to see Green Room too, but I haven't yet.
Oh yeah,
Green Room is awesome. I think that it could, but I think that the chances are maybe not because Simon Pegg seems to be taking over a lot of that.
Yeah.
Also, are we clear on? Are they continuing on?
There was almost a story that we did on our show that I didn't.
Anton Yelchin died.
Yeah. Somebody was talking to Zachary Quinto, the guy who plays Spock in the new ones, a little while ago, and he was basically saying like, we have no idea when the next one is supposed to happen. They'd already said that Chris Hemsworth, who played James Kirk's father in the first one before he ever became famous as Thor, is going to be in the fourth one. So there's a storyline in place, but there's been no word on exactly when they're going to start that, what's going to happen with it. It may never actually come to fruition.
Yeah.
So some people are thinking that maybe Nicholas Myers is having a hand in crafting that story.
Yeah.
Maybe he's doing something else.
Well, if he does, then he the father-son thing. He wrote Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, he wrote Wrath of Khan.
That's
he
in
wrote
his
The
wheelhouse,
Voyage
right?
Home. What's that?
Yeah, that's in his wheelhouse. He
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
Sure. And you're not going to get me going like, there's no possibility of me being like, well, fuck Nicholas Myers.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone's going to be like, fuck that. I'm out.
He's written Wrath of Khan, but what has he done for me lately?
It's written Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Once you write Wrath of Khan, you can drop the mic and go home, I think.
We just need our Wrath of Khan, you guys. That's what I think.
We already got that. It had Benedict Cumberbatch, and it was real bad.
Oh, yeah. They were like, we're going to make Khan our Joker. But really, we were the Jokers.
We're crossing universes, and
Nailed
it's not.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I was lost before, and now I'm really.
I'll
I've
be
been
honest.
lost this whole time.
I was snoozing through most of this.
Although I did know who Zachary Quinto was.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, I'm pretty sure what they're working on is they've got it planned through episode 9, right? So I think episode 10 is the one that they're working on now. Star Wars. You're talking about Star Wars?
No, we're talking about Star Trek.
I get them mixed up.
Just-
I don't-
Fine, Andrew. What do you have then?
Oh, well, concept art was released for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that featured Matthew McConaughey as Ego the Living Planet, Peter Quill's dad.
What the F?
And it looks real bad.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh.
And it doesn't even look like him.
Let me see.
I'll pass it around.
I am so glad. Did you
Oh,
guys
God.
Did you guys see Guardians 2 yet?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
No.
it's real good.
But
No,
you guys,
gotta-
I
gotta
do
download
know
that.
you guys are fans of the first
I
one.
love
Do they
the first
reveal
one,
his
yeah.
father in the second one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's real early on,
And
too.
it's-
It's not like a spoiler.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not a spoiler to say it's Kurt Russell. And
Better choice.
Not the character that he's playing. It is Kurt Russell, the actor.
Yes.
I'm glad you actually said that because I had a side thought.
I wouldn't be too worried about that.
Okay. Well,
You can
could've
call it to
been-
us, but
okay. Well, one, that I'm so glad they went with Kurt Russell because it's such a perfect fit.
Yeah.
And it worked out great. But the other is, oh my God, it's gone. Oh my God. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
if
Eric's
you want, I
brain
can
stopped
talk
working.
while you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about
go,
it.
go.
So
Done.
they actually, Matt McConaughey was their first and strongest choice for the role, and Matthew McConaughey turned it down. Other roles that or other actors that they wanted to play that role included Liam Neeson, Gary Oldman, Viggo Mortensen, and Christopher Plummer. And I went to Kurt Russell.
Plumber's a little too old.
He's hell old. Well, here's the other thing too. In the movie, Kurt Russell, when you first see him, is in 1980.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want to ruin it. There's a reason why he probably wouldn't age,
Yeah.
but he ages, and it's never explained.
Right.
Mm.
But Kurt Russell looks great in that 1980s.
He sure does.
He does.
Yeah, they
That
de-age him.
Holy
that's
They
shit.
make
Yeah.
him look like super young Kurt Russell, and it's weird as hell.
It is,
Makes
but-
me feel things physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I
Things that I
remember-
can't explain and don't need to.
I remember the thing I wanted to say is, so in the first Guardians, you remember how like Star-Lord, as a part of his thing, he mentions like John Stamos and he mentions Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
One thing I'm dying for and hope they do is I hope there is a Kevin Bacon as himself cameo when the Guardians show up on Earth.
That would be
Right.
amazing.
I want to see Star-Lord start making up for lost time because he's been gone from Earth this whole time.
Right.
I would love to see his sort of like, oh my God, all the culture I have to catch up with.
Right.
What if Kevin Bacon reprises his role from X-Men in that? And
Oh,
he's like,
fuck.
you look like Kevin Bacon.
You know what? I just want him to go back to Earth and he meets Kurt Russell.
Oh, that could work too.
And you know what's funny? I was thinking about this after the movie, and I was like, for a movie that has such a heavy influence from pop cultural references,
Yeah.
casting someone as big as Kurt Russell
Yeah.
as his dad, in some ways might cause some problems because it's
Sure.
hard to avoid
Like-
the idea that Kurt
Oh, yeah.
Russell
Wouldn't be mentioned.
wouldn't be
because
yeah.
that fits into Star-Lord's like ballpark of things he would
of
like
things he would
growing
love.
up,
Like
you know,
he would
the
love
Thing and
Yeah.
well more so
Oh, yeah.
Big Trouble
Big
in
Trouble in
China.
Little
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
Or Escape from New
Escape
York.
from
You ever
New
see
York,
that?
yeah.
I think I've seen
That's-
parts of it, but not
that's
the whole thing.
that's like a Shauna Raja movie,
I was gonna
if
say
ever
you.
freaking
I would
saw
bet.
one.
I would bet
Yeah.
you would love
Uh,
Big
sure.
Trouble in
It's
Little
insane.
China.
I will certainly give it a shot.
Yeah, it's like the greatest kind of B movie schlock
Yeah.
that you could possibly find.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen bits and pieces on TV, but
Yeah.
never sat down and watched
Yeah.
it.
What do you got?
What do I got?
I got two things.
Oh, no way.
One thing is
here we go.
something that you very well may have, and one thing is that I'm pretty sure you don't.
Okay, right, hit me with the first one.
The one that you might have?
Sure.
Whatever, yeah.
Okay, there's the, let me see. Let me get to it.
We brought backups, too.
Like, okay.
We just were like,
Warner Brothers gives Harry Potter prequel about Voldemort the go-ahead.
They sure did. In fact, there's a trailer.
It looks awesome.
There's a trailer?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wait a second.
It's like an unofficial, it's like done by a different studio, but it looks really good.
It just popped
Much
up.
better than I thought it was going to
look. No one really, when the trailer came out, I was like, yeah, you got mad news.
And it looks cool. Yeah.
It looks great.
Did they say who was going to play Voldemort?
I mean, he's in it. I don't recognize him. It doesn't seem to be about him. It's about something he has done, and it's up to a detective to solve it.
Which is way better
school.
Than
it's about Tom Riddle.
Yeah.
And Tom Riddle leaves school and is working at Borgin and Burke's, and then leaves. And
this is like a whole new level of fanfic.
So
it doesn't come from J.K. Rowling.
No.
She's probably an advisor.
Hopefully, she'll be involved.
But I thought that it was just a fan film, and then they
decided to greenlight it?
It's
they were like,
basically,
I was going to say
that's what happened.
It's heavily funded. You can tell by the trailer.
Yeah.
Is this going to be related to the 5 to 20 sequels to Fantastic Beasts?
Well, it takes place 100 years after, so probably not.
After Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Well, is it was
or
Fantastic
whatever?
Yeah,
50 years
50
later.
Years
Because it takes
Beast
place
is going
in
to take us up till Voldemort's reign. It's supposed to.
Okay.
Oh.
So then maybe
I thought
overlap.
that's how the movie series was supposed to go. It was supposed to take us up until he becomes
not like they were intentionally this Voldemort origin thing. Because I gotta say, I saw a lot of people and you guys are more the Potter fans, much more than I am. However, I was surprised with how much I loved Fantastic Beasts. For some reason, for me, I just thought it was. The characters are all super interesting. I like the world that they built, and the story that they're telling was way more progressive and edgy than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm so down and game for these Fantastic Beasts movies. That when I saw the Voldemort thing, I thought it looked very high budget fan film, but at the same time, I'm not crazy about this. It feels a little fan written.
Well, it's interesting.
I mean, think about even if they do overlap, think about how convoluted the other Marvel universes and get
right.
That's not my problem with
it. No. Yeah. Well, one of the things I was thinking too is one of the things Fantastic Beasts did very well. I'm told. I haven't actually watched it yet. But
spoiler alert, they're all in the case. That's where you find them.
Oh, that's why it's called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. They're in the case.
They're in the case.
It's very short.
They're always in the last place you look.
In fact, opening credits it says Eddie Redmayne, and then he opens the case and he's like, oh, there they are, and then credits. Close credits. But
he's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though, is that okay, so this is not a Harry Potter movie in that it is not a blasting wizards and jumping back and casting spells and we have to fight the Fantastic Beasts. From what I've heard, it's a much more it's
more of a romantic comedy Gary Marshall.
He does more of a he's a less masculine beat 'em up, kill the bad guy kind of hero.
Different style, different genre movie.
And this is going to be a noir. This is about a woman who is hunting down Tom Riddle.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about it.
And the way you just said that had me go, oh, I want to see that.
Right.
I also want to see that, and I haven't seen any of this shit. So.
but I kind of want to see the version that you write instead of because the thing about just this is really nitpicky because it's a little trailer, but the character of the female character I saw in it looks she looks kind of badass, but I also I'm not really interested in whatever her character is.
Misogynist.
Yet. Oh, I know. But it's that thing where it's just I'm watching the trailer and I'm just she feels very fanficky written.
Sure.
And it's just I'm not buying into anything they're selling yet.
Eric's this would be better only if she was a white man, and if we could
just
cast that.
When did you flip the script on me here? Here's the thing: Fantastic Beasts. Those are the female leads in it. Really are the leads because he is. Newt Scamander, Eddie Redmayne's character, is not an action hero.
Right.
The main and these are actresses I had no clue of before, but I thought they were some of my favorite characters this year. And they're not, but they're also not perfect. They have their flaws. They have their their screw ups in interesting ways that make you want to watch them. Versus I'm a little tired of the kind of boring badass main protagonist.
Yeah. I got another one. So Josh Gad is now rumored to be playing the Penguin.
Oh, jeez.
So
you guys know Josh Gad, right?
Yeah.
In what?
Well, that's the thing. Is
that was my next question.
That's the thing is that nobody knows. So what happened was Josh Gad had released a photo on Twitter just of the Penguin, and then he said something like "just messing around" or something like that. And he said he just wanted to see the internet go crazy because he can weld that power or something. But then he also released.
Did you say weld? Yeah. No, he wanted to weld that power to the internet.
Yes, exactly.
This is why I need to be on the podcast, because somebody needs to keep you in check.
Because there's nothing better than interrupting the rhythm.
Yeah.
To correct a mistake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because also people find that hilarious.
Yeah, you find that hilarious.
Yes, he's going to be listening to this later.
Yeah, as our only listener, he might as well just do whatever makes him laugh. So.
I've been like, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I've been listening and being like, oh, did you just say weld? What a jackass! I'm sorry. So he gets to wield that power on Twitter.
You just had to work that word in one more time, didn't you? So whatever. Anyway, so then he released a second photo of him standing with Jeff Johns and John Berg, who are the head of the DC Comics cinematic universe, like the people who run that section of Warner Brothers, and holding a penguin costume.
Come on.
Or holding a penguin comic, I mean.
That's different.
And then
never mind, then throw it out.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
And he kind of just made another reference of like, just stopping in or something like that. And so now everyone's going crazy saying he's in talks to play the Penguin. But the question is, do you think this is for the Batfleck movie? Do you think this is for something else? Do you think this is for an animated movie? What do you think?
I think this is for the Jumanji movie.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Shared universe.
Yep.
Nobody can see it coming.
Isn't Jumanji coming out in like 2 months?
If it is, then they need to ramp up the production.
Well, I was going to say, have we even gotten a trailer yet?
Reshoots then.
We haven't gotten a trailer yet, have we?
No.
Did
not
we?
for Jumanji.
No.
This just took a weird turn to talk about a completely different movie.
Well, I really want to, because I don't remember if you guys talked on your podcast.
Oh, they changed it to December. Sorry,
December?
guys. They pushed it back.
Yeah.
It's a weird time to do a jungle movie. I don't make the decisions.
Not if you live on the other.
Hey, it's not
going to
be good anyway.
That's
don't
true.
worry.
If you live on the other.
I was like,
hemisphere.
well, we all celebrate Christmas, right?
Yeah. If you live on the other side of the equator.
That's very true. I'm very wrong.
Like by the barometer that I judge movies, and that is when
as a
I
white
go
Christian
to see
male.
them, they should release it at a different time.
Speaking of Jumanji and other movies that are remakes of old movies, seamless transition. Tom Cruise.
Let go of that.
Tom Cruise revealed the title of Top Gun 2, and he says, quote, "There's gonna be jets."
Oh God.
Well, I'm just so rocked by this.
I didn't even know they were doing Top Gun 2.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's happening.
And Tom Cruise is going to be in it.
Yeah, I forget. It's called Top Gun 2 Maverick.
No, I think it's not even 2. It's just Top Gun Maverick.
Great. They should just remake it with Tom Cruise. It should just be the same movie.
Just reboot it.
Yep.
Same movie. Everybody
Same
young.
cast.
Everybody like 20 years younger except for Tom Cruise.
I want to. I first off, I don't want to skip over Jumanji and Penguin, but I really want to know what Sean thinks of a Top Gun 2, because I feel like this is,
Thumbs down.
Hey,
let me ask you this, Sean.
I don't want to see
a
a Top Gun 2.
What do you think of a Top Gun 1?
I have not seen the whole thing all the way through.
Listen, you just have to give it a chance. It's only gonna deport the bad ones and not the good ones, and it's gonna build a wall that's gonna help. You just have to give it a chance.
I don't want to watch Tom Cruise on screen for
anything.
But he was so good
to be
in.
honest.
He was so good.
Tom Cruise now.
I'll
watch Rain Man.
Tropic Thunder.
He was great in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, I don't remember him in Tropic Thunder.
He's
I haven't seen that in a
great.
long time.
I'll say this much.
Okay.
I'll
take your word for that.
I think Tom Cruise is like the epitome of like the movie star, right? Like,
Right.
he plays himself.
Because he's 5'7". Yeah.
Yeah, he's 5'7". He's got a big head and he
I
plays
don't even think he's 5'7".
He's
Isn't he
5'7".
like shorter?
No, he's 5'7".
You're like, I've checked.
I know.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Yep.
But
every Google search is from me.
I gotta say though, I'm kind of on board with the like. He's got some fun ones. I'll say that. I love
Name one.
Ghost Protocol. I thought was so much fun.
I've never heard of that.
Mission Impossible 4.
Oh, yeah, I don't care.
Which one is? Ghost Protocol.
And the
Mission
movie's
Impossible.
not like it doesn't do anything that's going to make you like, oh my god, Mission Impossible is such an important.
Was he excellent in it particularly?
I'll tell you, it's not excellent. He's so much fun in it. You're kind of like, oh, I kind of now remember why Tom Cruise is a movie star.
Great. So go to a Dave and Buster's.
But it's a great Mission Impossible movie as well.
Yeah.
It's a great Mission Impossible movie as well.
Great.
In Andrew's defense, that's
my go-to
explanation for everything. Just go to a Dave and Buster's.
Yep. How are
You
the
don't work for Dave and Buster's, do you?
He just loves popcorn shrimp.
Dave and Buster's?
I'm
Wouldn't I go to like Bubba Gump
I am
or
assuming
something?
they have popcorn shrimp.
Corn bites.
I have a question. Jumping back, what is the status of? So Ben Affleck is DC Universe's Batman now,
Yeah, maybe.
And
We'll see.
sort of.
For
We'll
now,
cross that
today.
bridge.
For
We'll
now.
cross that bridge when we come to it.
and he was at one point hired to direct and star in it. Then he dropped out of directing, and there's been like a hot potato of who's directing
Right.
it. And then at one point it was like Joe Manganiello was going to be
Right, Deathstroke.
and
Right.
now it's like maybe not, or not in that movie.
I think because now it was a hot potato of directors, and then Matt Reeves picked it up.
Yeah.
And he was directing it, and then for a day he dropped out.
Yeah.
And then the next day he came back in. True story.
Because Warner Brothers backed up a truck of money.
Of money. Yeah.
He heard
was
the
like,
beeping
"Listen,
from his bedroom.
Yeah.
You can kick around any director you want, but I'm Matt Reeves, so I'm just gonna prove to you I can leave this at any time."
Basically
And
what's
they're like, "No,
happened-
please don't go."
Yeah.
Everyone involved with this universe so far has just found a canister of gasoline and has dumped it on themselves,
Yeah.
and they're just waiting for someone with a match to come over.
Yeah.
Right.
It could fall apart at any moment.
But yeah, so Matt Reeves is now is still officially the director. They are doing like a page one rewrite of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Do we need more Batman?
I mean, listen.
yes.
I would be
But
interested
why?
to see.
I mean,
he's the world's greatest detective.
is he the world? Is he like unequivocally the best superhero? I feel like we have more iterations of Batman
With
than anybody
DC?
else.
I
Wait, what is he not normally DC?
No.
No,
I
he's
just
DC.
No,
he is
I
DC,
would
he
say
is.
that there are much better Marvel characters.
Okay.
But Marvel and DC can't mix.
Right.
So of the DC characters,
He is probably the greatest, and so that's why they're just gonna keep doing it and doing it and
Yeah.
doing it and doing it and doing it.
and also Christian Bale made a lot of money doing it.
Right.
So
he made a shitload of money.
everyone wants that money.
Warner Brothers. made a shitload
And
of
where's
money.
the
Ben Affleck makes a lot of money.
But why not have Christian Bale do 3 more movies?
He doesn't want to.
He's done.
he
Everyone
was,
made fun of
he
his
was like,
voice.
"Yeah, I made
And also-
my trilogy and I'm done."
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he hurt his voice too much. They also like had that whole revamp, and like since their Batman movies were like the realistic Batman movies because they were like trying to tone everything down.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, oh, we want our Batman to fit the universe that we're building. That's gonna have to be bigger and more like more cinematic.
I see.
And have less realism.
Right.
Which is what the people are screaming for. Just
Yeah.
make things as unrealistic as possible in our movies. That's what we want.
I think that realism should be. I just think people have to get better at like finding what the rules of their world are and sticking to them. Like Kill Bill, they have heightened reality and it fucking works and I love it. I have tons. I think there are too many movies that tone down and make it subtle. When at the same time I was like, I want a taste of the like fantastic, or I want.
Yeah. This is a guy
But it needs
dressed
to
as
be
a
handled
giant
by
bat.
somebody like Brad Bird who could like
Who could
do that whimsy,
Yeah.
and also keep one foot in the
Right.
In
See, I
reality,
mean,
yeah.
I like Matt Reeves. I do. When they picked
I
him
think
up, I
he's
was
a
like,
great
"That's a
choice.
great. That's a great
Yeah.
choice for this." And I do like.
But I agree.
I do like Batfleck.
I don't. I mean, I don't hate him. I just don't.
Right.
I don't think. I think he didn't make any mistakes.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he did anything impressive.
I'm interested
broke
enough
even.
to go.
He broke even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested enough to go. I'd like to see one movie with him just to see what they can do with it
Right.
in this new, larger world.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were talking about Joe Manganiello,
Mm-hmm.
Smith.
Joe Smith.
Yep.
Yep. If you don't know the person's name, you just call it Smith.
Mm-hmm.
As Deathstroke. Yes, I always have to make sure I say the right death.
yeah.
Deathstroke, not Deadpool. I always want to say Deadpool, not Deathstroke.
What are you?
I don't
move
know.
On.
I'm just I'm so drunk.
He drove us here.
And I've said this to Andrew in other episodes. I maintain that that one of the things that they have to keep in is Warner Brothers said, you have to keep in Deathstroke. We've already paid Joe Manganiello to be in the movie. We're not eating that money. You have to put him in. Like, that has to be some part of the movie. Right. I think that's going to maintain, and which I would also like to see.
I gotta say, I kind of agree with Sean. I listen. I love superheroes. I want this thing to keep going. I might surprise some people by saying I'm not a huge Batman fan. I like versions of Batman. I think DC has, and you know this already about
We've had lengthy talks about this.
I think DC has a gold mine that they're never interested in digging in, and that is their C-list, because they're the most interesting, fun, funny, captivating characters.
That will never happen.
I agree. That will never happen, but I think they should.
Eric?
Yeah.
Focus in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Number one superhero that you want to see from DC made into a movie.
Oh, shit. I mean, I think...
You know the answer to this. We've talked about it many times.
Yeah. I want to see a Booster Gold.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
And so do I.
They're working on a TV something.
Yeah.
I think it's a TV movie.
I don't...
Booster Gold, Blue Beetle.
Wasn't he in...
Guardians? He was in a deleted scene.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to say, wasn't he in Jingle All the Way?
Booster Gold? I get it. He was actually in a delete. He's played by Nathan Fillion.
Nobody likes you, Booster.
Do you know about that? The Nathan Fillion is actually playing Booster Gold in the Marvel.
Oh wait, no, you mean Wonder Man?
That's
Simon
what I'm
Williams.
thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah, never mind.
But similar characters because they're one's not an actor, but they're both like glory hogs, and I just think that the DC universe, and I haven't seen Wonder Woman, but I'm hearing great things.
Andrew has seen it.
Okay.
Andrew, give your one-word summary of
Wonder
Woman.
It wasn't one word. It was. Look, Wonder Woman is a wonderful, fantastic, stellar example of an okay movie.
Oh, you fucking bait and switched me there.
It was fine. It has the exact same problems that all the other DC movies have, but they're not as intense.
I think that's it's
a great improvement.
I'm happy that the Wonder Woman movie is the success for them right now. I because from the trailers I was like, it looks kind of the like film grain they're using, and even the simple things I was like, it looks kind of bleak still.
And that stuff gets a little annoying, but a lot of it is excellent. A lot of that movie makes no sense.
Sure.
These companies really put you guys through a lot.
Yeah.
They make you wade through a lot of shit to get to the satisfying stuff that you really love.
Friends of mine are always
right.
That's so good.
I love that you went, you guys. Like, you were like, I'm not in this
you people.
shit.
At least I didn't say you people.
Yeah.
I mean, as a
white men.
Enthusiastic Star Wars, or not Star Wars, Marvel,
everything.
DC.
Well, I was gonna bring up Star Wars and say, my friends are always like, why are you a Star Wars fan? Because all I do is shit on it. It's the same thing.
I mean, I think that I'm sorry. Keep going. Go ahead.
I was done.
I wanted to say that I think that like the DC universe is so fucking like bleak, and that same they're all the same flavor. It feels like
Wonder Woman does not change that. It's incredibly overdramatic.
I'm still gonna see it.
Yeah, it's good. You should give money to it
give money to it. Patty Jenkins,
she's
like,
great.
Awesome.
Zack Snyder needs to just
Well, that's
no. It's fine. You're not kicking a man while he's down.
He needs to not be on these projects anymore.
Fine.
For anyone who doesn't know, Zack Snyder recently announced that his daughter committed suicide, and so he
stepped
leaving,
away from Justice League
and handed it to Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Which is...
I mean, listen, people are like, oh, maybe it's not going to change. It's going to be...
I mean, he's just doing some touch-ups.
Yeah. But it's I think it's fine to say... I don't think it's improper to still have an opinion of, like, Zack Snyder could probably leave the DCEU and it'll be okay.
Wow, Chris.
No, it's fine.
Chris,
like,
that is so fucking...
That's really insensitive.
You know what? I'm going to stand by this. I don't care. I'll be the bad guy and say what everyone is thinking in this room, especially Summer.
Me most of all.
Yeah.
So moving
Sensing a beef.
Oh! Next podcast.
Oh, man.
Summer versus Treble.
We'll pick that up next episode.
Who's gonna
I just put my face right into this microphone.
Yeah.
I just ate it.
I think Andrew's got some news.
Oh, I don't have anything.
Oh, you're looking at it.
I do. So
he's got a Google alert, that's all.
It lets me know when it's time for me to take my medication. So Grand Theft Auto 5, recently there was data that supports that Grand Theft Auto 5 is the best-selling video game since 1995.
Really?
And Grand Theft Auto 5, as a reminder, came out in 2013.
Have they come out with new ones since then?
No.
I feel like Grand Theft
Must be a good game.
And it's the last.
That summed up that.
It's the last installment of one of the most highly acclaimed.
It's a very
series.
famous
video game
popular
franchise.
And they continue to update it and fix bugs.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never been a GTA guy, but
There's just something about killing a hooker and not going to jail for it.
I'll say.
And that's what those games are, basically. Those are games where you just
it's like
steal a car.
Westworld.
Yeah.
10% on
I will say GTA, if you play it too much, it will distort your reality. The first time I ever played any GTA game, I played it for hours, and then I immediately had to go drive somewhere, and I, for a second, was like, oh, this guy's bothering me that's driving in the next lane, and I almost just slammed into him, and I was like, no, wait, I'm in reality. I can't just slam into a car and beat the guy up and take his money.
You need to talk to someone.
You need to not play any video games anymore.
Yeah, what do you do when you play Zelda? Just run out and start hitting people with a sword?
Wait, was that why that one week you were running around eating dots and fruit and being worried about ghosts chasing you?
No, I was
Great
high.
reference.
That was just the drugs talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Does anyone have anything else?
Sean, did you have one more?
I had one more.
Let's do it.
That's just it'll be brief because it's
I'll be the judge of that.
all right.
Well, we started at something 40 and it's something 30, so we're doing all
We've
right.
been recording for 40 minutes.
That's
41
an
minutes.
accurate
Yeah,
amount of
that's great.
way of measuring time. Sure.
Yep.
So I've got an article here that says Rick Moranis will return to acting for the
Yep.
first time in
I
20
did see
years.
this.
Yes.
Yes.
And it doesn't seem like it's going to be very exciting. It's basically like a benefit show.
Yeah.
It's not the best news, but maybe it means that he'll get back
He'll
out
edge
there.
into it.
The bug might
It's
get
also
him
not
again.
his most popular character.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
even. It's
Oh,
not someone I
that's-
know.
Yeah.
Strange Brew?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's Strange Brew.
Yeah.
It's something that started on Canadian television and then went to SNL.
SCTV.
SCTV.
Great. South Carolina TV? What is that?
That's
Southern Canada.
Second City TV.
Second.
Is that honestly? I
can't
honestly
even-
don't know what it was, and I was gonna take a guess
So-
and say Saskatchewan.
No. So SCTV stands for Second City TV.
Okay.
I didn't
So
know they had
Second
TV.
City-
I know who they are.
Yeah.
but-
So Second City, for those of you who don't know, is a famous improv group originally based out of Chicago.
That's where almost all of the first
And
season of SNL came
of
from.
SNL came from.
also
And a
got
lot of
and
a
a lot of
lot
other
of cast
seasons.
members
Yeah.
since
Steve
then have
Carell,
also
Second
come
City,
from them.
yeah.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert came from them as
Yeah.
well.
John
you also
Belushi, Dan
get a lot
Aykroyd.
a lot of classic, a
those
lot of
guys.
modern day as well. They also had
And also a lot of people who didn't become famous.
yes, that's very true too.
More of those, arguably.
It got famous in Chicago, and then it became so big that they started satellite campuses. So one was in Toronto, one was in Las Vegas for a little while, and they also have a touring company. SCTV comes out of the Canadian campus of Second City. And this was a show that started 1979 to the mid 80s or so. And it picked up a couple of Emmys. It had some really great stars. So a lot of comedy stars from that day that you think would have been on SNL actually were on SCTV. Harold Ramis was on it. John Candy was on it. Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis were on it.
Eugene Levy was on it.
Catherine O'Hara was on it.
Dave Thomas, famous for making Wendy's.
Oh, you motherfucker.
But got his start on SCTV.
Absolutely, not the same guy. Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas really hit it big with two characters, the McKenzie brothers.
Yeah.
And they did these sketches where it was basically just two Canadian guys on a public access channel. And that made them so popular, it actually spun off into a movie called Strange Brew. And that's their kind of most and I think they did a couple of beer commercials, and they
Probably.
they took these characters. And then Rick Moranis has since retired from acting. Sorry, Sean, I just took your story.
You know way more about Rick Moranis than I do, so I appreciate it.
just-
But I
That
heard,
is a
I heard
fact.
out, actually, though, the reason was his
wife
passed
had
away,
died.
and-
And so he needed to take care of his kids, and he's like, you know what, guys?
Yeah.
I'm out.
I really respect that.
Yeah.
That's all.
I don't.
So
I mean,
what
that.
this is-
that's not awesome.
Fuck
I
his
shouldn't say-
family.
Oh, sure. You
I
hit on
respected
me.
and resented in equal measure.
By the way, no one can see this at home, but Chris was just reading the Wikipedia page for
Yeah.
Rick Moranis the whole
Yeah.
time.
But what I had also read the story, and what it is that Dave Thomas's, I want to say son or nephew,
Who created Wendy's?
has some sort of a degenerative disease or
shit.
Something, and they're holding a benefit, not just to benefit this one person, but to also benefit a foundation that works towards curing whatever he has. And so they're doing a benefit, and a lot of SCTV people are coming back to perform at this. Rick Moranis being one of them.
This went from like nothing into everything. This was like,
but also this was a great chance to sort of promote that sort of thing. But you were like, I don't know, he's got something.
I forget what it is, but
it
is something important.
It's not what stuck out to me in the story. I'm sorry, but
Sean's just like, Rick Moranis is coming back. I'm all on board. Whatever.
Really.
He's coming back. Reason. He's doing, despite what Andrew says, actually one of his most famous characters.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I 100% support this as well. Like, maybe it'll coax him
2
back
Batmans from now, maybe Rick Moranis.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Rick Moranis is Alfred Pennyworth. I'm just throwing it out there.
Wow. He'd be so nebbish.
Guys.
Or the Riddler.
He'd be a good Riddler.
I hate to be that dick. Because I love Rick Moranis, but a terrible choice for both of those.
Who's Pennyworth, not Pennywise?
Dude, his son is sick.
Pennywise is
okay, all right, just clarifying there.
But back on Batman, I'm not interested in watching Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm just not.
It's just
I am there for Jeremy Irons, maybe, but I'll wait till it comes out on video. I don't care about Batman at all right now. I don't know.
Wait, I'm gonna stop you. Video? You're gonna wait till it comes out on video?
Okay, all right, on Blu-ray, digital.
Mr. Stop the Flow. Okay, yeah.
You're not even gonna see it for Jesse Eisenberg.
Well, he's not going to be in it, is he?
Oh, he'll find a way.
He'll work his way in.
Right,
wait,
maybe that changes
Which
everything.
one are we talking about?
Can we
Batman.
He's going to be he's
right?
in Justice
the
League.
Solo Batman movie.
He's in Justice League, so he might be
he is in Justice League?
I mean, he's listed as a cast member.
Can we just continue to do news stories all day and just see how many times Eric could just bring it back around to Batman and just ranting about
if I don't talk about Batman every 5 minutes, I explode.
I just want to see how long Eric can rant on how lukewarm he is.
To take a page out of Sean's book, how many times do we need to bring up Batman?
Yeah. Or I like when you said, do we need more Batman?
Yeah. Do we need him? Well, you got anything else?
I mean, I got a bunch.
Anything worth noting?
I mean, probably very rarely
anything
do I
Star Wars, because this is a pretty Star Wars.
I do have something Star Wars.
Yeah.
All right. But
you're like Batman. It's
so
gonna be in Star
rumor
Wars.
is Batman is gonna.
Let me tell you something. I don't want this Batfleck.
Why did you become Rick Moranis?
I felt like that was a little Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh yeah, that's more.
That got a little. Yeah.
Christopher, lay the Star Wars on me.
Yeah. All right. So Kathleen Kennedy was doing an interview recently and said that when it comes to another one of the spin-off movies, they are down to 2 choices. And they're probably going to make a decision within this month of June. I don't know why I had to state the month, but I felt the need to.
Because by the time I finish editing it'll
be
December.
September.
Yeah.
It will probably be making a decision on what it's going to be for this during this month. And
Salacious
it's going to come out.
Salacious B.
Oh, yeah.
2020.
Woo!
That was actually going to be my first question. What do you think the 2 choices are? It's down to 2 choices.
The Jar Jar story.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, why not? You that is a safe property that you can never ruin.
It's not sacred.
It's not sacred ground.
Right. It's true.
You could
can only be approved upon.
You can get crazy.
My wife would be so happy if it was a Jar Jar movie.
She would.
Favorite character.
She's a very big fan.
Unironically,
loves the Jar Jar.
right? She doesn't do it to be funny.
No, you're right.
No, she 100% loves Jar Jar.
She thinks he's hysterical.
He is the best. She thinks he's the best character.
And this is an adult. He's married to an adult.
Stop me from saying anything on this podcast, so I'm just going to keep emphasizing it. If you're one of my wife's friends and you're listening to this, talk to her about Jar Jar Binks. Remind her how much she loves Jar Jar Binks.
Okay.
She'll talk endlessly.
I mean, he is the best part of that movie.
See,
I mean, you're not
something
entirely
Summer
wrong.
and my wife have in common. They both love Jar Jar Binks.
Again, she's not entirely
I really
wrong.
like
She
Liam
didn't say
Neeson
series.
too.
She said movie.
Movie.
Oh, but after
one?
this movie, it's gonna be a fucking
One.
She's in 3 of them. He's in 3 of them.
He's the best part of 2 and 3 for sure. I do of episodes 1 through 3. I like 1 the most for what it is.
I think R2-D2 was the best part.
It's the least boring.
I think
It's
3
the
is
most boring.
No,
Yeah, I
there's
think
so
3
much
is-
boring dialogue in
best.
2 and 3.
In
It's
3,
so
they do the most
boring.
fighting.
But that's
in
real
one,
boring.
It's like, and now everyone sit
No,
for
I'm
the
okay. I
Grand
like
Senate
Qui-Gon.
meeting.
So
Yeah,
Qui-Gon's
Liam
cool.
Neeson is cool.
I do like Qui-Gon.
So the
What are the
rumor is that
characters?
the actual two are probably going to be either an Obi-Wan movie
Yeah.
or okay, so we know Eric's opinion, or a Boba Fett movie.
Do you think they will come to us for advice?
I don't see how they don't.
Here's the thing. I've listened to this, so they did their own sort of like not movies, Boba Fett.
Just because we couldn't think of anything else.
We have
to do.
not
And
finished that movie.
I know you haven't, but
We haven't finished our Star Wars trilogy either.
Yeah.
I did notice that. That is a hanging chat of yours.
doing
One day.
Like
We're gonna try and
improvising
forget about it.
and not thinking of it before is so complicated to do a
It
trilogy.
really is hard.
But the Boba Fett movie, I was like, I don't, and any other version, but the version you guys came up with, which I actually loved, is a terrible idea. And I think that because Boba Fett is an interesting character, he's really cool to look at.
He's a fucking stormtrooper.
Yeah, he's got an
That's
awesome.
dumb as hell.
He's
Bounty
awesome.
hunter.
He's got
He's
awesome
also
He's a
armor.
stormtrooper.
He's the
He is a
dumbest man
clone.
in
He is
the
another
Star Wars.
clone.
was he one? Is that
Yes.
his origin?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know his
And,
origin.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as long as they go by that. But also, I told this to Treble a while ago, and I'm waiting. Like, the world is collectively, like, of Star Wars fans, of people like, Boba Fett is such a fucking badass.
He's not a badass.
And they're like, nobody will admit that the only reason that we really like Boba Fett is he looks cool.
The costume looks amazing.
Yeah.
See, I think
and we
it's
find
the
it all
mystery.
we all find it interesting. His ship flies upright.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that's it.
But, like, and he gets to come in and just be, like, do something cool. But, like, yeah.
He flies into the side of a ship and falls into a Sarlacc pit, and that's how he dies.
Pit.
He
Yeah,
Pit. I
pit.
said pick, didn't I? I'm so drunk.
That was
anyway,
for you, Eric.
Thank you.
sons of
Got a little
bitches.
head cold this week?
Summer.
Reference.
Yeah.
What are
Yes.
your... Do you have thoughts on Boba Fett? Do you like Boba Fett?
He never made it this much of an impression on me. I'm
Really?
surprised to hear that people actually he has
Oh,
a
yeah.
following.
Oh, yeah.
He's
huge
most
following.
people's favorite
Because
character.
he's
Yeah.
what?
I know.
Why?
I know.
Because he looks cool.
He looks cool. Let's just all admit that's why we like
He's got a
him.
jetpack.
I mean, he's got some cool-ish armor, but like
the Mandalorian armor
I
is
think
real
Eric
cool.
and I hate him the same way Eric and I hated the quarterback in high school. We're like, what's the big deal? So he looks cool. Whoopity
So he
do.
works out every day.
Yeah.
the
I think
corner.
they should do a
What?
droid story.
Oh, I like that way more.
Backstory of a
I think
droid.
you're wrong.
Okay.
Or-
Wait,
I think
We already-
C-3PO and
well,
R2-D2
they've
can
already
have an
s-
adventure.
But they already
No?
you can't do an origin story because we've already gotten that.
Well,
because
yeah, but
George
they can have
Lucas
an adventure.
fucked that right up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Darth Vader made C-3PO.
Oh, okay, I didn't
But
know that.
I thought you were just saying,
What?
like,
You didn't
no,
know-
like, make a new droid
That
and
happens- that's the whole
make it
first
a droid that
movie.
can talk,
Right.
and then you
C-3PO,
make it
Anakin,
his
the
story.
little boy.
I don't...
I like this conversation that's
Wait,
happening
what
way
was
better than what
happening?
Eric's talking about.
Yeah, we can't have two conversations.
I'm sorry.
No. I want to know what you were
He
saying.
completely missed that Anakin built C-3PO.
I Star Wars doesn't stick in my brain.
Well, I also like-
I enjoy it, but I don't.
Okay,
I don't
if you're
know
a kid
every
who's smart
detail.
enough to build a droid for your mom, because that was the whole point, is he's leaving, so he's
Okay.
building a droid to help out. Why would you build a droid that looks exactly like every other droid in the Star Wars universe? And also, why wouldn't you build her like a dishwasher? You know? Or like something to help out.
Wasn't his function to be like a
Protocol?
Helper.
Well, no,
Okay.
I didn't think it was.
Do you
I
know
thought
what
that was
C-
later
oh,
though.
Right. So what can C-3PO do? Translate like 4,000 languages.
Right.
Why?
Because he teaches you how to be polite.
Does he? The guy who
Maybe
calls
not.
R2-D2 a nearsighted scrap pile?
Maybe not. But he does it in a way, in like a huffy, like
in a charming way.
gentlemanly, like a pompous windbaggy sort of.
You're
way.
all wrong.
I think that like the thing I
That
don't,
usually marks the
Yeah.
end of the episode for us.
I'm the only reason I'm excited for Han Solo is some of the cast and because it's the Lego Movie guys. Those guys are pretty awesome.
Oh, right. I was like, Will Arnett is playing Han Solo?
But outside of it, like I'm done with these kind of like. What do you guys think? I'm done with the like prequel movies because
Spend the time on the real movies.
I will like
and-
don't
Is
like
that what you mean?
like it feels like locked in. Like,
Well, I'll
you
be
don't-
honest. A
you
lot of the
can't do it.
anthologies, I was not a big fan. Like, I'm not
For
a
sure,
huge...
no one jumps on him when he says anthology.
I corrected myself.
I was correcting myself.
I don't know. Also, it's just sort of like a vibe he gives out. I just like let it pass because I don't know.
I'm much sweeter than you, Chris.
There's a
I have
lot
a
less
kind-
history there too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a kind
Yeah.
disposition.
You're
I'm
a son
less-
of a bitch, Andrew.
See? But the like Rogue One, I walked out and I was like, well, it's the best prequel so
Oh,
far.
I still
Yeah.
haven't seen Rogue One
It's
actually.
fine.
Essentially.
It's not great.
That's
yeah,
kind of what I figured.
A lot of people really like it. A lot of people think it's fantastic.
I'm on the same boat as you.
I don't need extra Star Wars stories. I just want the continuation of what's been put out. That's my opinion. Probably why I haven't rushed to see Rogue One.
Also, it was like this movie was spawned from like a plot hole. Like someone was like, "Wait a minute, how did they get the plans?" And someone was like, "I'll tell you how." You know?
Can I? I'm sorry. Go.
No, I was just gonna say I love the idea of expanding the universe through different movies. And I kind of mentioned this to you once in the form of a question, but I think it would be actually great to just have a Star Wars movie that is in no way related to the line of the anthology movies.
I
so
think
like
that's
it
a bad idea.
It's somewhere in there, only because they keep making prequels, they keep trying to make these spin-off movies, and everyone is like, it's it's a bad idea. I don't really care about these movies.
See,
so go in a different direction. Go somewhere else.
What you're not understanding is that when people veer from the main storyline, they have a problem. Like people liked Episode 7,
right?
And 8
no. And I'm not saying
I'm not saying one of them. I really liked Force Awakens.
I'm not.
Me too.
I love Force Awakens, and I'm not saying stop the anthology movies. I'm saying if you're going to do the anthology movies and you want to do spin-off movies, instead of doing something that is so directly related to the anthology movies, and then you're kind of ruining the fantasy of letting the fans like imagine for themselves what that
I get you.
Go somewhere else.
That's true
that
because
has nothing to do with that line.
That's a great point because people really liked the Christmas special.
Yeah.
I say remake the Christmas special. I'm only half joking.
I'd be okay with that.
Remake the holidays.
I've got one
but
more
wait
thing.
for Life Day.
I've got one more thing.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I want to get to this.
All right, and Summer's only got about 45 minutes here.
All right,
so we gotta get to
I'll hurry this. Hopefully we won't talk about this. I just think everyone needs to know that there's a new J.R.R. Tolkien Middle-earth story from 1917 that's been published. It's called...
Can we just end on that note?
It's called The Tale of Beren and Luthien, which is also coincidentally...
Really rolls off the tongue.
It is also incidentally a song that Aragorn sings in Fellowship.
Oh!
This is the book of that. They found it like in a trunk in his attic.
That's so creepy. But like... It was also just...
Well, by they, it wasn't like grave robbers. It was like his kids or something.
No, but I mean, it's just sort of like... It's so strange that like there would be no... even like documentation of like or that all the because people deep dive into his stuff,
but it was never published.
Yeah,
it was just scribbles. Like they just found it. So
Yeah.
that's that. Thank you so much.
Ponder on that.
I will.
Some food for thought. That's pretty good.
That's it. That's the episode. We did
Awesome.
another thing. We
And
did a
with
thing,
some
and there
help.
were more people.
There were more people here. Some of them talked. It's fine. I want to sleep through all of these.
Hey, Andrew.
I don't want it. Can we just record our own later?
No, we're doing this. No, we're doing this, and they're gonna watch.
It takes so long. Do you know ours yet, Eric?
Hey,
do you
Andrew.
wanna,
Hey, Andrew.
No. Do you want
Andrew.
to? Do you want to do it? Do you know them? Do you know the?
You don't make him plug our
Search
podcast?
the media lunch break on Google.
Yeah.
Isn't that where we ended up last time?
Son of a bitch.
Go to google.com.
Step one.
I mean, like,
It's basically all.
the media lunch break at Twitter.
Fine.
Yeah.
Just go to Google and search us.
No,
That does
You'll
work.
get a reprieve this week.
You have to put quotes around the media lunch break, otherwise it won't find us.
See, now it's too complicated for our audience.
All right, so you can find us on twitter.com where our handle is @medialunchbreak,
Yes.
or you can find us on Facebook by searching for us, or on YouTube for searching for us.
Subscribe to us there. If we get 100 subscribers, we're going to start giving out free stuff.
That's true. We will give out free things, which is very exciting. You can also listen to us on iTunes or Google Play Music.
Just clap for free stuff.
Or
Yeah, I did.
you can, if you feel like paying us money, you can either get in touch
Patreon.
with me and send it to my house, or you can do something on Patreon,
Great.
which is patreon.com/themedialunchbreak.
Website?
There's a website
There you go.
that I made that the domain name is going to expire soon, and I have to pay for it, and that's themedialunchbreak.com. You can
iTunes?
you can email. I already did that one. You
All
can
right,
email us at themedialunchbreak@gmail.com. There are 9, aren't there?
SoundCloud?
Hey, SoundCloud.com.
Wow, you
There
guys
it
are
is.
accessible.
Do anybody want to get into some
sure I
quick
said
curse words
fucking
before we
Batman.
get out of here?
Any sign-offs?
Go listen to our podcast, The Not
Oh, yeah,
Movies
I'm sorry.
podcast.
You're supposed to just be cursing
And
right
That was
now.
very rude of me.
I'll
and I
throw
apologize.
out a plug for my own benefit too.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
recently released an album of ska music.
Yeah, it's real
So
good.
If you're a nerd
And everyone who listens to this
nostalgic
is.
for the 90s,
Where's it?
go
Where can they
check
find
it out.
Where can they find both of those?
It's
Like,
on.
where's
It's on
Not Movies?
Not Movies. You can follow us on Twitter at Not Movies or on iTunes or Google us. Again, put quotes. It'll help. But my album is on Spotify and iTunes and Bandcamp. Just search my name, Sean Arajo, SeanArawjo.
Thank you for spelling that.
Yeah,
You're
well, I was
welcome.
going to ask.
It's called Dysania, Dysania. And
You're really
it's for free.
searchable and easy to remember and
Yeah,
spell.
I know. Yeah.
And for everyone who doesn't know, Not Movies Podcast, the reason they're called that, I think we touched on it at the beginning, but they create fun, fantastic adventures.
Yeah, thank you. That are definitely not movies.
And I also made the theme song for that. So if you like the theme song
Yeah.
to Not
That
Movies,
is-
you'll
that is
probably
a
like my
catchy
other
theme song.
music. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I guess.
Eric, you want to plug anything?
Phrasing, please.
Nope. I stand by how I said that.
Your mom.
Oh, zinger. Nailed it.
I instantly regretted saying that. I'm so sorry.
You
no.
met my mother.
I know she's a lovely, sweet woman.
Well, let's not get crazy.
Okay,
I'm just
all
saying
right.
you've met her.
Yeah. No, just you can follow me at Twitter at Eric Scotolati. Twitter.com.
Summer, you want to plug anything?
No, I live a life of privacy.
You want to just say a couple curse words into the mic?
Fuck.
Yeah, there we go,
I think,
boys and
I
girls.
think Summer might be Batman.
All right, that's gonna do it for us. We have no formal ending to this.
Yeah. You guys are accessible as fuck.
Are we allowed to curse on this one, Eric?
Please do. I've been cursing.
Okay. Good.
I haven't been paying attention, so.
Yeah, I know. Me neither.